Hi guys, this is Andy over at Falco K9 TV. And as you know, what we want to do is bring you products and services that are going to help you and your dog, whether you have a police dog, a detection dog, or a pet dog. And of course, we'd be remiss if we didn't first talk about Falco K9 Academy. And in this episode, we want to particularly talk about the pet dogs and how we train them and what we offer here at the Academy.
My name is Jessie, and this is my husband Robert, and this is our dog Star. We came across Falco Academy at the Pet Expo last April, and we wanted to get some training for our dog. She's 2 years old. Robert does most of the training because she really wasn't listening to him. She was being a little aggressive with him and not listening at all. So Robert is doing most of the training, and Andy does an excellent job. He is very personable, and sometimes I think that we have more fun than Star does.
The first time we came to class, Star was a little bit aggressive. You know, people that came close to us, you know, she kind of trying to go, not attack them, but kind of growl at them and jump on top of them. She doesn't do that no more. She's more friendly now. She gets along with more dogs, people, exactly people actually, walking around the neighborhood. She's not aggressive no more. She walks perfectly now.
Now, the way that we get to the manners and the obedience around in the house is by teaching you, the handler, how to be a proper leader and to get to the reward and get away from the corrections. Now, just like a child, every so often, even if you have a perfect child, you may have to tell them no, or you may have to tell them not now, or you may have to put them in a timeout and you know, correct them in some way or fashion that lets them know that whatever they're doing at that particular moment or are about to do at that particular moment is incorrect or not acceptable. Same thing here in our dog training. We will teach you how to do it humanely and properly so that it's a learning experience and not a moment of fear that the dog is going to feel from you and the learning gets lost. It's important that your correction is a learning tool or a teaching tool and not a way for the dog to believe that you are evil and going to take his life at any moment. It is extremely important that when you give that correction, the dog understands, oh, I'm not supposed to do that. Well, what does he want me to do? And then you tell your dog what you want him to do, and you reward him appropriately. And then hopefully you can get to the point where you're only rewarding for positive behavior and only once in a while maybe correcting for bad behavior.
When we first got him, he was not leash trained and he lived his life in a kennel. So we wanted to make sure that he became more social and we were able to take him on trips with us without worrying that he would attack someone or another dog. And we found Andy and we started class. We started the 8-week program, and Barley became very social, and we are now able to take him on trips with us on and off leash without concern of him attacking someone or another dog.
Definitely. When we used to go on walks, he'd chase after butterflies and grab twigs and rocks and everything else like that. And now we're at home or we're going on walks, he just leaves that stuff alone unless we tell him that he can go get them. So everything is great on walks. He behaves himself and does what he needs to do.
Now, the one thing for you to know is that our pet dog training is probably nothing like you've ever experienced before. If you've taken training at other places, some of the bigger Smart Petco places, and you know, maybe visited maybe a park training session or something like that, ours is going to be a little bit different. Ours is real life training. It's fast paced. You have a great time. We really focus on everything that has to do with spending your day with your dog, being with your dog on a daily basis. We do teach how to heel, down, make your dog stay, make your dog sit, and all those kinds of things, but it's really important that what we teach you will fit into what's going on in your home. You may not need your dog necessarily to do a down stay for 10 or 15 minutes, but you do need your dog not to jump on the neighbor when they come over. You do need your dog not to molest or harass somebody when they come in your backyard to fix something or to take care of a problem. That is what it is that you need. You want to be able to live your life with your dog happily and not be annoyed by your dog and simply put your dog in the backyard and never see him again. So by coming to our class, we put you through an 8-week program to start with. Then we have intermediate class, which is ongoing, and advanced class, which is ongoing also. But in our basic class, which is what you want to probably attend first to get your manual that you can take home that has homework and follow-up instruction after your class each Saturday or Wednesday evening. This is where you're going to learn how to use leashes properly and your collars properly, and how to treat your dog and when to treat your dog, so that you don't have to have treats in your pocket all day long in order to get your dog to do something or not to do something. Coming to our 8-week class is going to be fun. You're going to enjoy it. We're going to have a really good time. Make sure that you bring a sense of humor and patience, because we are going to put you through some challenges while also making sure that you learn all along the way. So one of the first things that you need to know about our pet dog training is that it's designed for you and your family. Now, not every family is the same, not every dog is the same. But what we do is we make sure and we take into consideration you and your family's strengths, your dog's strengths and weaknesses, and we try to put those two together, and we use the tools that will make you successful. We're not the kind of trainer that just sticks to one type of tool. We don't only use click and treat. We don't always only use pinch collars or choke chains or electronic collars, gentle leaders, whatever the case is. What we do is we try to find out which one of the training tools that we use will fit into your circumstance. Now, it might even come down to that the man in the family might use one particular tool, and the women and the children in the family may use a different tool. It is really designed to assist everyone and every dog. Now, when you come to our class for the first time, you will probably start off in our 8-week course, and our 8-week course has a manual that goes along with it. You take it home after each training session. You can go home and review everything we talked about. It'll give you homework to do for the week until we see you the next time. It is really one of the best systems that I have found that allows you to get through this process and to come out in 8 weeks with a much better understanding about how to be a better leader for your dog, and your dog has a better understanding how to be a good member of the family. Now, in our very first class, we show you about the treats that you might want to use, the leashes and the collars, and we discuss what it is that is important to you and your dog. After that class, we develop a plan, and in our subsequent 7 weeks, we work on the individual dogs and handlers in a group environment. We have assistants that work with us, so our student-to-teacher ratio is very good and built for success.
We're having fun with the class, and not only do we learn a lot from Andy, but we learn a lot from the other people in the class, so that helps everybody. But definitely Star has become a much better dog. Obviously, when you see unruly dogs, they're like kids, they're annoying, that they're not happy. You can't be happy in a situation where you can't control your dog. And that's not, fair for other, aspects, other people close to you. And to have an unpredictable dog is another thing that's not only uncomfortable, it could be dangerous. And we just feel that Andy has done a wonderful job, and Star has really become a better dog for us, and we know that she's a lot happier. So.
Now, what I love about listening to what they had to say is that just the fact that training and getting out with the dog is a fun experience, and at the same time the dog learned, the dog became a better member of the family. They're able to go out for walks without having to worry if the dog's going to jump on somebody or bite somebody. It is really, the best part of my job is the satisfaction that we are saving dogs from either being stuck in the backyard for hours and hours and days at a time, or even worse, being sent to the shelter or a rescue. Many of the dogs that we get are on their last leg of possible existence because of something that they've done, or they're misunderstood, and the people that have either rescued them or bought them don't have the tools to assist them, and they come to us and say, what, if you can't help us, this dog's got to go to a shelter. And my wife told me that I had to take the dog to the shelter, but instead I came to see you, and I have tons of those stories, and I can tell you about them all. I had a couple in Riverside who decided that the dog had just been into too much trouble, and had threatened too many people. And instead of going to the shelter, they came to us, and today, 3 years later, that dog is a happy member of the family and loved by everybody, including the people that don't live with them, the neighbors, the family members that live outside of the home. So those are spectacular stories, and those are the things that just really, really make all of this worthwhile. So hopefully, whether your dog is out of control, or maybe you just want to get your dog some socialization and some mental stimulation, come and see us here over at Falco K9 Academy. And thank you for watching another episode of Falco K9 TV. Take care. Talk to you later.